The clever ant and the greedy grasshopper. Once upon a time in a lush green forest, there lived a hardworking ant colony. They were known for their diligence, unity, and foresight. Among the many ants, there was a clever and wise ant named Andy. He was always thinking ahead and planning for the future. On the other side of the forest, a carefree and lazy grasshopper named Greg resided. Greg loved to sing and play his guitar all day long, neglecting any responsibility. One bright morning, as the sun rays warmed the forest, Andy was busy collecting food for the upcoming winter. He knew that winters in the forest could be harsh and food would be scarce. So, he tirelessly stored grains, seeds, and fruits for the cold days ahead. Greg, on the other hand, laughed at Andy's hard work, believing that there was plenty of time before winter arrived. "Hey, Andy, why are you working so hard? There's no need to worry about the winter now. Let's enjoy the warm weather and have some fun." Greg called out from a nearby tree while strumming his guitar. Andy replied with a gentle smile, "Winter will be here sooner than you think, Greg. It's better to be prepared than to regret later." Ignoring Andy's advice, Greg continued to sing and play without a care in the world. He mocked Andy and the other ants for being so serious and missing out on the joy of life. As the days passed, the season started to change. The once green leaves turned golden, and the chilly wind announced the arrival of autumn. Andy and the other ants worked diligently to fortify their colony and store more food for winter. Meanwhile, Greg continued to laze around, dismissing any thought of preparation. Finally, winter arrived, and with it came the harsh cold and heavy snow. The forest transformed into a frozen wonderland. Andy and his fellow ants were snug and well-fed in their cozy colony, thanks to their foresight and hard work. But Greg was in trouble. With no food and shelter, he struggled to survive in the freezing weather. Hungry and freezing, he realized the mistake he had made. He regretted not listening to Andy and not being responsible when he had the chance. Desperate, Greg made his way to the ant colony, hoping that Andy would show mercy and help him. Andy, being kind-hearted, allowed Greg inside despite his earlier arrogance. "Andy, I was foolish and careless. I should have listened to you. Can you forgive me?" Greg pleaded, shivering from the cold. Andy, showing empathy, replied, "Greg, it's never too late to learn from our mistakes. I forgive you, but you must learn to take responsibility for your actions." With that, Andy shared some of his stored food with Greg, teaching him the importance of planning and hard work. Throughout the winter, Andy taught Greg various skills that would help him become self-reliant and responsible. As the winter drew to an end, the days grew warmer, and the snow started to melt. Greg had learned his lesson and was grateful to Andy for his guidance and generosity. He had transformed into a more responsible and wise grasshopper. Spring arrived, and with it came the rejuvenation of life in the forest. The flowers bloomed, the animals emerged from their hibernation, and Greg continued to sing and play his guitar. This time, he balanced his love for music with his responsibilities. Making sure to store enough food for the next winter, the other animals in the forest admired the transformation in Greg and the lessons he had learned. Andy's wisdom and kindness had not only saved Greg but also taught the entire forest community the value of hard work, planning, and compassion, and so, the story of the clever ant and the once greedy grasshopper spread throughout the forest, serving as a timeless reminder to everyone that foresight, diligence, and kindness always lead to a brighter and happier future.